All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius. I'm out here at the range today, and I had intentions, aspirations of coming out here today and shooting, doing an initial thought video on my new Strybog, my FDE Strybog SP9A3, the roller delayed. I've never had a roller delayed Strybog. If you've watched the channel long enough, you know that my favorite PCC is the Strybog, but I had the A1. I got the Kuna. And I thought, well, man, I might actually like this one better. But then I thought, well, that's not fair because the Kuna is roller delayed and my A1 is not. So I picked up an A3, was fortunate enough to be able to pick one of those up, make a little trade-off, sell a few things. And I had intentions of coming out here today, doing an initial thought video and then comparing it with the Kuna, right? But it might rain on me. And I don't want to have those guns out and get rained on and ammunition and everything else. So I decided to do another one of these videos that was requested so much after I'd done the video on the 5 best striker fired. Everyone said, well, what about hammer fired? What about us guys that like hammer fired guns? And then, you know, of course, people said revolvers and micro compacts. And so I did compile a list of everything that everyone asked for. I'm very active in the comment section. But the reason a lot of times I didn't do or didn't want to do these lists is because I'm not going to make a list unless it's a gun that I carry. I'm not going to recommend an EDC gun just because I've shot it before and it was good. Like, I want to recommend something that I actually have or do carry. And so in some of these categories that could get complicated, right? Because I don't carry revolvers that much. So I was able to put together a list of revolvers that I either do still currently carry as a backup or have carried in the past, and I could recommend them highly for EDC, okay? Try to remember, again, I've not shot every revolver on the market. I don't fall in line with all the other tubers and just, you know, regurgitate everything they say because they get good views. My list a lot of times are just over the top different than what most lists are that you see on YouTube, because again, it's not about what the crowd says, it's about what Gene has carried, has put to the test, tried and true for me, okay? That's what this list is about. Same with the striker fired, same with the hammer fired list that I done. And so I did put together 5 revolvers. Now that was the hardest category for me to do because again, it had to be one that I either currently carry or have carried in the past. And I don't carry revolvers a lot, so it made it difficult, but I was able to put a list together, and I believe the list to be solid. It would be what I truly would choose. Before I get started doing that, as always, I want to invite you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior, the most important decision you will ever make in your entire existence. If you don't know for sure that you would have a home in heaven, if you don't know for sure that you're in the body of Christ, that you've been born again, washed in the blood, sealed, circumcised to the day of redemption, reach out to me at gsquaredtactical@gmail.com and allow me to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ with you. Preferably, please use the Gmail because it's subject to getting overlooked in the comment section. So use the email, reach out to me, and take care of that today. Today is the day of salvation. Let's get that took care of today. Don't procrastinate about that. Also, if you enjoy what Amanda and I do, as you can see recently, I've been doing videos using less and less ammunition because it is becoming, and I've been putting videos up every other day instead of every day because it is becoming increasingly more and more difficult to continue to do what we do. We get very little money from YouTube. We don't have any sponsors. We don't have ammo sponsors, anything like that. So it takes money to do this. If you enjoy what we do, click on the link in the corner of the screen, take you right over to Patreon. 5, 10, 2,000 a month, whatever you want to donate. Being a little bit silly, but truly you can donate any you want. I do upload everything over there. You can also go to our website at gsquaredtactical.com. Also click on the link in the corner of the screen. You can go over there and pick up some merchandise, hats, cups, things of that nature, get it shipped out to you. Also, you can click on the 3 lines in the corner, left-hand corner of the screen. When the scroll pops down, you click on support the channel, and you will have to pick a tier. A box will show up. It'll have a pre-inserted amount. Just wipe that out, put in there what you would like to donate. It is a one-time donation, and we do get the majority of that. Okay, so revolvers. Again, remember, this had to be revolvers that I either currently carry on occasion or have carried in the past. So all of these revolvers on here I have actually carried, some of them way more than others, okay? And it is in order, right? So what that means is if I was to go and I was looking for a backup revolver that I needed to throw in my coat pocket, run to the mailbox, whatever the case might be, which one am I going to pick first? So the one that I picked first, if it was not available, my second one would be this one, okay? That's how it's going to go. The very first one, most of you probably know this if you've watched the channel before. Again, I'm not picking, you know, whatever the revolver company is, starts with a K, the German company that makes, you know, $10,000 revolvers, Freedom Arms, BFR. I'm not picking $10,000 revolvers, or for that matter, I'm not even picking $1,500 revolvers. I'm picking revolvers, number one, that I have carried, and number two, that the average everyday gun buyer that I am trying to appeal to with this channel can afford to buy, okay? Remember that. So the best in that price range, in fact, I believe in the affordable price range, Ruger probably makes the best revolvers on the market. You can argue with me about that if you want to. But I'm going to go with the Ruger LCRX, the 38 Special 357. I do prefer hammer, you know, exposed hammer revolvers. I just do. Beat me over the head about it. It's a snag point. Not if you train with it. But I do prefer the Ruger LCRX. Now I know that some people have said, oh, it has a horrible trigger, all this. I've never thought the trigger was that bad. I mean, it's a revolver. I mean, what do you expect, okay? Again, that's why I like the hammer, because I can change that, all right? But it's been the most reliable, most accurate. My wife actually carried the gun. She actually preferred to use the 357, believe it or not. I have video, that gun made me bleed when I shot it, but she just loved shooting that gun, and she carried it for over a year, exclusively, all right? And it's my go-to if I want to back up in the pocket, in the coat, in the wintertime as a backup or something, or just something quick to run to the store or whatever. That's the one I'm going to pick out of the safe, okay? The next one is a hammerless revolver, and I chose it because, again, I have carried it a lot as a backup, a pocket gun. And also, of course, it has a pretty good trigger on it with not being able to pull a hammer back and make it a great light trigger, just a good smooth trigger on the gun. And that would be the S&W 642 38 Special. Again, it is a hammerless gun. There's two hammerless guns on this list. But I would go with the S&W 642. The finish will come off of it. If you get the matte stainless version of it like mine, the finish will come off in relatively quick fashion, but that doesn't affect, you know, how it runs, you know, how accurate it is and how reliable it is. Just a good option. Very, very lightweight, easy to carry around. You don't even know you have the thing with you. So it is a great option on this list, and it would be the second one that I would go to, you know, if the Ruger LCRX was not available. And also try to remember, I'm not going through features of the gun, why it is that I say that. I'm just very basic. I want the video to be as short as possible. This is not about breaking down each one of these guns. I have separate videos on all of these guns you can go check out. This is just my list, the ones that I go to, okay? For me, may not be the best for you. So third on the list would be the Taurus 856 Defender and 38 Special. Now there's a lot to like about this revolver because it is very, very budget friendly. I think it can be picked up somewhere between $350 and $400, maybe even less, I don't know. But it has a nice set of VZ grips. I believe it's VZ. I think that's who makes the, anyway, it's got a nice set of grips on it. You can obviously change those to some more rubber grips, put a hoe grip on it, something like that, but it's sexy. The grips on it are sexy, although they are G10 type grips, so they can be a little punishing sometimes, but it's a beautiful revolver. The finish has always held up great for me, and it has the orange night sight on the front of it. So it's a lot of value for that price is what I'm trying to say. And it always has been a super reliable, accurate, and actually doesn't have a bad trigger on it at all. In fact, it's probably one of the better triggers on the list, okay? I'd say the 642 is probably a little bit better. And honestly, yes, the LCRX probably has the worst trigger on this list. But the 856 Defender, man, when I first saw that gun, the one with the orange, again, the orange night sight on the front, I'm like, man, I just got to have that thing because it's sexy. It just looked good. It's a good looking revolver, but it also works. It also performs. It also conceals well. It serves the purpose. Just a great revolver, okay? You can trust your life with it. I know because I put a ton of rounds through that gun and I carried it and would totally trust my life to that gun. And it's not the cheapest on this list, but it is right there. It's the second cheapest on this list, and that doesn't take away from it being a quality gun, because it is. Finish and all, it's just a great gun, okay? Taurus 856 Defender and 38 Special, all right? Fourth on the list, now I tossed 4 and 5 around a lot, which one I would choose, is another hammerless gun, and that would be the Kimber K6 XS, okay? That is also a 38 Special. Again, I have videos up on that gun. It has a phenomenal trigger on it too. So I would say it's as good as the 642. It could possibly be better. I've not shot the two of them side by side, but the Kimber is a sexy gun. It is hammerless, or it's not hammerless, it just doesn't have an exposed hammer, okay? But it is a super sexy gun and super lightweight. And the most impressive thing about it is being so lightweight, it handles recoil probably better than anyone on this list, okay? It is just a fun gun to shoot, and you don't say that much concerning a revolver. You just don't, all right? I don't hear people say, oh man, that revolver was so much fun to shoot, unless maybe it was a little Plinkster, a little 22 or something. But it is a fun gun to shoot, but it was also super stupid accurate for me, okay? I have videos on it, go check them out. Stupid accurate for me. My wife was stupid accurate with the gun, and probably one of the smallest guns on the list. You know, maybe it'd be a toss-up between that and a 642. They are very similar, but again, the price is a little bit higher than is the 642, and right there in line with the LCRX. In fact, it might be the most expensive on the list, but I've had no problems with it. Love the Kimber K6 XS. All right, so last on the list, and again, I bounced back and forth with 4 and 5 here, but ultimately chose to put this one at number 5, simply because I do believe the Kimber is a better build, more accurate, just handles the recoil a lot better. And so fifth on the list would be the Taurus 605 Poly. It is a 38 Special 357, okay? You hear poly, you think polymer, but wait a minute, polymer revolver, what are you talking about? Well, the Defender, Public Defender polymer that I had in the Judge, the 45 Long Colt 410, or 45 Colt. You know, people give me so much grief about that. I'm an old FUD, you remember that. But that gun was great. Well, I mean, I can't tell you how much I punished that gun and how much fun that gun was for me. All right, so the polymer, the 605 Poly, yes, it is a 357 38 Special, but man, I'm telling you what, to be such a light gun, you'd think, man, that thing would fly all to pieces. No, I put a ton of rounds of 357 and 38 Special, plus P even, through that gun, and it has just always ate it all. It's never had any timing problems. The lockup is solid. It's got a good trigger on the gun, barely exposed hammer, so less of a snag point, if that's even a thing. Accurate for me, just, listen, if you've not had a 605 polymer, you know, maybe you should consider picking one up. I got some animals trying to kill each other over here. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyway, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But anyway, yeah, definitely go out, pick you up a Taurus 605 Poly, 38 Special 357. You have the power of a 357 Magnum in your pocket. And let me tell you, it is not punishing at all. With the grips that it has on there, being the rubberized type grips, it absorbs and handles the recoil very well. And again, just has been an accurate, reliable revolver for me. All of these, I would not dare put them on the list if they had any failures for me or if I did not carry them. I have and do occasionally still carry all 5 of these revolvers. Now, on the revolver list, I did not have an honorable mention. All right, I did have an honorable mention on the hammer fired, but I don't have an honorable mention on this. It was hard enough for me to come up with 5 that I have either carried or still currently do carry on occasion. Did not have an honorable mention on here. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite revolvers are. I enjoy having those type of conversations with you. It's free to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Absolutely free to subscribe. That would help more than any monetary donation. If you can't support us monetarily, you can support us by hitting that thumbs up and subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. And on this day that the Lord has made, to God only be the glory.